Welcome back to Tailgate Talk. This is now episode 4 of our podcast. This is Hayden Bashosky.
And this is Alex Torres.
And we are here and we have a very special guest. And we got Elijah Bowman on the podcast.
Hello, guys. What's up?
Thanks for coming by and being on the podcast. So we just want to get a little background of you and your story and what kind of brought you to Nelson University. So tell me where you're from.
I am from Katy, Texas. It is a little west of Houston. It's a suburb there, and yeah, that's where I'm from. I lived there my whole life, so.
That's a huge school.
Yeah. 6A, had graduated with 900 kids in my class.
Very dominant in sports, right?
Especially football, yeah.
So, guys, if you don't know this, Katy is pretty well known at winning state championships. If I'm not mistaken, they have 6 state championships now.
I don't know. It's up there, but I think we also have 2 national championships too. I was part of the 2021 year. We beat Cedar Hill in the state championship.
So you played for a 6A high school and a state championship 6A high school. So I reckon that there's a bunch of big time talent there, correct?
I think all of the starters on defense, or majority of them, I think 2 of our defensive tackles didn't. I'm not sure, but all of our starting defensive players went D1.
What led you to come here to Nelson University? Did you get any bunch of offers outside of Nelson?
Yeah, so actually I was not the starter at Katy. Another guy was in front of me, pretty good friend of mine. But I was not the starter at Katy, but I mean, one thing with Katy is we would blow teams out in the first half, and so I pretty much got the whole second half to play. And we ran a different offense than most teams do nowadays. We ran a power I offense, which barely any colleges run. So I was under center, had the fullback, had the running back, had the tight end on the nub. And so it's I think it's probably a little hard to get recruited that way, just because you're not passing the ball as much, because we were a really heavy run team. And so we had our running backs committed to Mississippi State, so just give him the ball every play and he's scoring. But yeah, coming out of here, I was trying to decide whether I wanted to play football or not in college, and I didn't get too many offers. I got a couple from a couple D3s and JUCOs, but I was at a church camp, and then my parents had called me, and they're like, "Hey, one of our friends' brother-in-laws is actually a coach at this college. If you want to come to their football camp tomorrow, we can come get you. You can go to it." I was like, "Okay." I didn't really think anything of it. And so we ended up going to the camp, and it was SAGU's camp, or it was SAGU at the time. It was their camp, and Coach Hudge was running it. And this was before he was the head coach. This was my senior year of high school, or I think it was my junior summer. I'm not sure, but I went to the camp, played pretty decently, talked to the coach. A couple weeks later, ended up getting an offer. And whenever my senior years decided what I wanted to do, I was either going to go to Houston Christian just to be a student, or I was going to continue playing football at Nelson. And so I didn't think I was ready to hang up the cleats, so I decided to come back or go to Nelson, and so now I'm here.
Who offered you from the coaching staff? Was it Coach Hudge?
It was Coach Hudge.
That's a crazy. Well, he was a defensive coordinator at the time. If y'all didn't know that, and now he's the head coach, but. The defensive coordinator recruiting the quarterback. That's kind of an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
But Katy has such a good history, I think, in football. And their backup quarterbacks are even getting offers to go places, which is kind of crazy to me. You're still – and, guys, the backup spot is still a huge role, especially coming straight from Katy. You have to be extremely good to even get that – to even be on the team at Katy. Nonetheless, be the second string quarterback. I'm sure that quarterback went somewhere huge too, right?
Yes, sir. He is at Central Arkansas right now.
See,
he's a good player too.
That's insane. And to literally have second string, third string guys go somewhere big, it's literally phenomenal.
It's a big difference from where you came from and where he came from. You played in that little peewee. You played in that little peewee.
Hey, but guess what?
Over here,
he played in Jerry's World, and you didn't.
Huh?
He played in Jerry's World, and you didn't.
Little boys against other little boys.
And guess what? We all ended up in the same place.
Ask him what happened up in that game, though.
We got 45.
I heard you were wide open all game.
So Elijah, what's your major here at this school, and what's your plans on with it after school?
Yeah, so I originally started as a sports management major. Kind of what I want to do after school is to work for a sports team eventually. So I ended up switching that just because I wanted more of a broader opportunity, just job wise, and so I ended up switching it to marketing. I just love marketing, business side of things, and especially social media. I love the marketing in the social media world and just all that. And after college, my plan, it's super specific, but I want to be like a marketing chief for the Houston Texans because that is my team, man. And I love football. I love the Texans, and I love marketing. And so I'm like, why not just put it together and do that for a job? So that's my goal. That's kind of what I want to do after college. But if another team offers me, I'll take it.
Yeah, you recently went to NRG about like what, last week or something like that.
Yeah.
You went to the Houston Rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
Who did you go see over there?
I saw the rock band Journey.
Journey. Do you know who that is?
No.
They sing.
Can you sing it?
Sing it.
No,
Sing it.
no. What's their two songs?
You can sing it.
I won't know unless you sing
Any
it.
way you want
sing
it,
it,
that's
bro.
the way I want it.
Oh, any way you want.
Yeah, that
Is that
song.
one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, no, I need Elijah to sing it.
Oh, yeah, I need Elijah to sing it.
Anyway. And there's another one, but I can't remember what it's called. It's popular.
But there was nothing country though.
Nah, it was a rock rodeo.
Oh, okay.
But I got free tickets, so because I wasn't gonna
You
go to the
still went,
rodeo
yeah.
anyway.
But your brother, he's a big country fan, right?
My brother's a huge country fan.
Shout out to Luke. You know what?
Luke
Shout
Bowman.
out your family. His family is a very loving family. I've got the pleasure to meet all of them. Shout out to Jimmy, my boy Jimmy. Shout out to Jimmy.
Yeah, Luke's coming here next year.
Oh yeah, and he has a brother who's he's gonna be on the worship team. Though?
Yeah, dude, he
Something
is
like
a insane drummer.
Yeah,
Like
his
next
brother's
level.
a very cool
yeah,
drummer.
he's so cool.
He's honestly just cooler than you, Hayden.
I can sing, bro.
Then Chicken Little.
You took a little, bro.
Okay, so you're a quarterback, and it takes a lot of a knowledge to kind of understand the whole offense. And coming from Katy to now Nelson, and then guys, a lot of people don't really realize this, but for the past, I guess, 2 years at Nelson, we've had 3 different offensive coordinators in the past 2 years. So how is adapting to all the different offenses in the short amount of time that we've come from Katy and Nelson? How does it feel like to adapt to that and know everyone's role in the offense? Is that pretty challenging?
Yeah, it was definitely challenging. Especially coming out of a system like, I mean, obviously in high school, everyone, for the most part, has the same offensive coordinator all 4 years of high school. I mean, if it's a good program and it's a consistent program, I mean, you're going over the same plays, same schemes type of stuff. So it was really easy to understand my role in the scheme in high school just because I was so used to it for all 4 years. And so coming here, we had an offensive coordinator who ran more like a college level offense, more spread. And so trying to adapt to that early on in the year, especially coming from the power I system and transferring to more of a spread offense, was definitely an adjustment because I'm used to taking snaps under center and then going to the gun and working more of those routes instead of just RPO reads. So trying to get the hang of that down and then kind of mid-season shifting to a different offense where you're just running more mirror routes and like 22 and stuff and just trying to stick to that. That was a little bit of a just kind of hard to adjust to just because, you're not when you are not as comfortable in your role, it's hard to play fast and to play smart and to play, I don't know, just be comfortable. And so, but this past season having Coach Mack come in and kind of install an offense that was sound and then going into year 2 with that, I think helps a lot because it's just like it's a consistent offense to kind of get used to. And so I've enjoyed, like, it was a rough patch for a little bit, but now, like, we're kind of getting our footing and, like, making steps in the right direction for sure. So I mean, yeah, it was a little bit of a struggle going through those.
Well, because I didn't realize this until just recently. Because I played at running back for the whole part of last year, and just got switched to receiver. And little did I know, I thought I understood the offense, and I got switched, got a position change, and now I'm literally back to part one of learning the offense. And then it made me realize what the quarterbacks have to understand every single position that's on the field. And I'm like, wow, they have to understand every single thing, and I'm having problems understanding one single position. So I can't imagine the stress levels. Plus, just being a regular student, it's got to be difficult. So, but going back to the, having all the offensive coordinator changes, we're gonna have our $15 segment, but you now are an offensive coordinator yourself, and we're bringing in cartoon characters into the mix, and you're going to control your offense based off of a TV show and movie characters. And we're going to bring in my co-host, Alex Torres, to join this $15 question as well, and they are going to compete against each other and see who has the best offense off the roster.
Leave it in the comments what you think is the...
Yeah, well,
drop a like.
Drop a like, follow, subscribe.
We'll post on Instagram or something like along those lines, and y'all can see who has the better offense. Should we go straight to QB or O lineman first?
Just do O lineman.
Yeah, let's build the Great
Big
Wall
boys,
of China.
on. Yeah.
Okay. So remember, y'all have 4 segments, and you can only spend $15. So to build your O line, your $1 choice is Winnie the Pooh.
Not fucking no one.
I'd rather have Winnie the Pooh than Hater precisely.
Hater don't play O line.
I played O lineman in high school.
So supposedly he played O line in.
You were the center, right?
No. I was like a tight end kind of. So your second dollar choice is Patrick Star off SpongeBob.
All right.
Your $3 choice is Chewbacca.
Dude, I love Star Wars.
Your $4 choice is Sullivan from Monsters Inc.
Dude, he'd be a crazy tackle.
Yeah, and $5 is the Hulk.
I got a question. Wait, so are we doing all 4 positions, or just like it's like 4 versions of these guys?
It's 4 versions.
Okay.
It's 4 versions of those guys on the.
Are we? We're not. Oh, we're offensive coordinator, so no
5.
defense.
Yeah.
We're just going offense here.
Okay.
So what do you want to have y'all's O lineman as? Are y'all gonna start
I'm not
expensive?
Winnie the Pooh. I'll tell you that.
Hey, I think Winnie the Pooh could be a sleeper. If you got to get him angry. You got to get him angry.
You would not pick Winnie the Pooh.
Bribe him some honey, and you might
Wait,
get
can you
a
say
pancake.
all the options again? Just quick.
What? $1 Winnie the Pooh, $2 Patrick Star, $3 Chewbacca, $4 Sullivan from Monsters Inc., and $5 the Hulk.
Well, you can't ever to have a successful offense. You can't have a bad O line, and I don't want to spend all my money, but I think I'm gonna go 4. I think I'm gonna go. It's Sullivan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go solely at $4. $4.
I think that's
I think that's
probably the best option, for being honest.
that's a reasonable choice. It's got to be.
Yeah.
And Alex, you can go with the same choice.
I was gonna ask that. Can I pick?
Yeah, you can pick the same choice. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll just pick Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
3. Yeah, I picked Chewbacca at 3.
Okay. And
Sacked every play.
so Alex spent $3 and Elijah spent $4. Okay. Wide receiver.
Ooh.
Your $1 choice is Phineas from Phineas and Ferb.
You are Phineas.
Hey.
He is Phineas. Go ahead.
$2. Robin from Batman.
Dude, that's my favorite DC character.
He'd be a sick slot receiver, if you're being honest.
Dude, he'd be nasty.
Okay.
$3. Frozone from Incredibles. $4. Dash from Incredibles. $5. Superman.
I'm picking Superman at 5.
Wow, he's going expensive with his receiver.
I don't see how Dash is better than Frozone though.
I don't either.
Because Frozone got height.
Well, but Dash is faster. Dash is like your Tyreek Hill.
But Frozone's shiftier.
That's the question. Like,
So he's at 3.
Frozone could ice the whole field.
Frozone's at 3, and the cool thing about Frozone, he's got a little more like, he's been around longer. You know what I'm saying?
He's a vet. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and Dash is like he's on the come up.
He's on the come up. So he's got years on him. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, he's like the future. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta go Frozone, bro. Like
That's probably a good choice.
that guy is he's reliable. You know.
Yeah. He got his
He
super
knows his
suit.
routes.
And like I said, he could ice the field.
He's gonna ice Superman.
He's gonna ice the whole field.
So
So wasn't Superman born in like ice or something like that? So he'll be used to it.
Yeah, I forgot the name of his layer that he lives in. It's like ice layer. Yeah.
I don't remember.
The Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah. Running backs.
Nah, I hate
Hated push
Don't give me hating.
Oh, I don't play running back anymore.
Don't give me hating.
For $1, eat SpongeBob.
Can you do his voice? I can't.
Oh no!
We're cutting that out.
No,
You gotta cut that one out.
$2. Buzz Lightyear.
That's a good.
Dude, he'd be solid.
I feel like Buzz would be Colton Gray.
I think Buzz Lightyear is good.
Colton
For
Gray's
$2?
good, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not hating on Colton Gray.
Colton Gray's a dog.
So
Shout out Colton Gray.
$3. Bob from Incredibles, like the dad.
That's a good pick too.
Like I feel like he's like a thicker guy.
Like Eddie Lacy or something like that.
$4. Roadrunner from Looney Tunes.
Me.
The
$5.
Flash.
Thor.
Thor.
He's a friend from work.
Since I have $7, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm gonna go with 2 so I can see what the $5 is on the next one. I'm gonna pick Buzz Lightyear. I think Buzz Lightyear is very underrated.
Solid pick.
I think that's an underrated pick.
Buzz
Yeah.
Lightyear is pretty good. Wait, if we're doing our actual heights, Buzz Lightyear, the football is bigger than Buzz Lightyear. You're gonna be able to
you're just gonna see the ball.
He's gonna
running
be
on
able
the
to get
field.
it. But that's good.
Nah.
Though. Let's say you're at a goal line situation, you having the ball, and you just throw him. You just see the ball. If you give the ball to Buzz Lightyear and you're at a goal line situation, you can just grab him and you can just chunk him over the. You know what I mean? Like what they do to you in 6 Man.
No, but-
What they do to you in 6 Man.
Infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
no, I think you kind of upside like if Buzz becomes like a normal sized human being.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are we doing it with
Oh,
the actual?
like you know how Buzz had it.
just see the football running around.
You know how Buzz had his own like movie.
Yeah.
You know how Buzz had his own movie.
Yeah.
That Buzz. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I have $8, right?
Yes.
So I'm saving my last 5 for the top quarterback. So $3 is Buzz.
no,
that's
Bob from
Buzz.
Incredibles.
I'm taking Bob from Incredibles, man.
Yeah, Bob is strong.
Yeah,
Bob
I'm taking him.
that's a good
I don't know how
pick.
fast he is, but
Hey, he will be
anything for that $5 quarterback.
at quarterback. $1 would be Ferb.
Ferb. But see, that's a horrible pick, right? Because at the quarterback position, you have to talk.
He don't talk.
Ferb don't talk. I've never heard him talk, bro.
No, he says something in one of the episodes.
but that's
Like,
it.
but it's super like in depth.
Ferb don't talk, bro.
But he doesn't talk. Yeah, but it was just one episode. Anyway,
Okay, listen, I'm not picking Ferb.
he only says a play.
$2. It's gonna be Elijah Bowman.
Are you gonna pick your own
Am I gonna bet on myself? Leave the extra $3.
leave it for tip?
It's gonna go toward your team.
I didn't even think about this when I was picking the game, but for $3, I got I got Bugs Bunny over you. $3 is Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
It's okay.
He reminds me of Bugs Bunny.
Okay, but low key, like Bugs Bunny is like an escape artist. Like
Yeah, dude, he's nice. Definitely faster than me.
Elmer Fudd has never gotten to Bugs Bunny. You know what I'm saying?
Who is Elmer Fudd?
That's the
the
dude
guy
that tries to
who-
kill him.
oh,
You know what I'm saying?
The Raider, Red
Yeah,
Raider
yeah.
guy.
He's like that silly wabbit. He can't get him.
Say it again, Hayden.
Do it again.
Silly wabbit. Y'all are trolls, bro.
Oh my god.
You want You want to take over?
That part's getting cut, bro. $4. Okay, I think this is a good $4 choice because he's a leader. He'll lead the pack. Fred from Scooby Doo.
See, I never watched
I don't
Scooby.
have Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo so bad.
Scooby Doo so bad.
Scooby Doo so
Scooby Doo bad word.
Fred, I'm passing.
Okay.
I'd rather have Bugs Bunny than Fred. Okay, but
You're talking about the main guy with the green shirt.
No.
No.
that's
with
Shaggy.
the blonde hair.
Yeah.
And he's got the
Yeah. He's like, all right, gang, let's go and do this.
Oh, okay, yeah, nah. I don't know.
$5 is gonna be y'all's choice. Batman.
I'm thinking Batman, bro. Batman with prep time.
It's
with,
my
with film
choice?
time. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm taking Captain America.
Where did Captain America come from?
It's our choice.
No, it's not. It's not your choice. Like,
It's $5 is strictly Batman.
Dude, Batman.
yeah, I'm
honestly.
picking Batman. Like, if you give him film time, he'll
Okay,
break up anybody.
Okay, but you know what would be kind of cool if someone would have picked a Robin as a receiver and
That'd
then
be
Batman
sick,
at
bro.
QB. That would have been a sick
But
duo.
see,
Your
I picked
aura goes up
I
just
picked
a little
Batman
bit,
and Superman.
We got a set team, bro. We're winning. I'm winning the AFC. I'm going to the championship.
I'm winning NFC.
We play each other.
And we play together
Batman
in the
Batman obliterates Buzz Lightyear.
Bro, Buzz Lightyear's a wall, bro. He would destroy everything.
to infinity and beyond. Gets blown up.
So you're in the AFC,
Yeah,
and I'm in the NFC.
Yeah.
So
we play each other. But you got to make a defense.
We'll be meeting in the booty bowl.
You got to cut that out, bro.
The booty bowl?
That was not bad. I can say that. I
say that,
don't
bro.
know what you said.
Give me one D lineman, one linebacker, or one secondary player that's on your defense.
From the NFL or from movies?
Y'all know basketball, right?
Yeah.
Give me an NBA player from a defensive lineman, linebacker, and DB.
Bet.
All time or players right now?
Right now,
Yeah,
right now.
For D line, I'm picking Shaq.
No,
Right now.
Oh,
He was ready.
I was ready.
D lineman.
Linebacker, I'm picking Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
I don't know if I did that.
He's athletic. What you mean you don't know if you do that? He's athletic. He was jumping through the roof. Safety, I'm picking John Morant.
I saw that one coming.
He ain't gonna hit nobody, bro.
Okay, like any other NBA player, he'll hit you. I know that.
He ain't hit
He'll
me, bro.
hit you, I know
He ain't
that.
hit me, bro.
And then for my defensive lineman, I'll pick prime Draymond Green.
Nah,
he gets physical.
It's current Draymond Green, old Draymond Green.
I'm going to say loyal to my Houston team. D-line, I'm going Sengun. Linebacker, I'm going Dylan Brooks. Dude, he's big. He's a big dude. And you don't want to mess around with him.
And
He'll
he's
get
physical.
he'll get too unsportsmanlike conduct
Yeah,
right off
dude.
the bat
He's
though.
a dog, too.
He'll
thrown out the game.
He'll get thrown out the game real quick.
That's what I'm saying. Safety, I'll probably go Jalen Green.
Jalen Green. Yeah, you see, you hating it would probably be like, but he won't hit nobody. NBA
Ain't hitting me, bro.
NBA
Half the
players.
NBA won't hit nobody.
We should go into that.
You see John Morant
Discussion.
comment on this? Be like, what you talking about, bro?
This discussion's been brought up a lot lately in the sports world. And what do you think would be harder, an NFL player going into the NBA or the NBA player going into the NFL?
I think it's harder for an NFL player going to the NBA because, dude, if you see some of these guys jump shots from football, from the NFL, they're not scoring. Like, they're not scoring at all. Maybe they could play defense, but, bro, they're like, these dudes, these elite ball handlers are going to cross them up like crazy. I feel like, but it's like, obviously, I don't think the NBA players have like that toughness about them too, to play positions. Only thing I could think of is them playing receiver or slot and just catching like quick little out routes or something like that. But I don't see an NBA player or NFL player succeeding in the NBA.
I know for a fact NFL players can last a full basketball game condition wise. Now, if you put pads and
Basketball-
all that on the opposite, they get hit. They're gonna get hit all game, and I don't think they'll take that.
Yeah. I feel like he goes both ways. I mean,
It does go both ways. It's hard to cross sports.
yeah. Now, I feel like you can't put any of those guys in baseball.
Yeah, baseball is a hard sport.
Baseball is the hardest.
Well, there's some.
What do you think is the hardest sport? Go ahead.
There's some former football players have done it. Well, if I'm not mistaken, Jameis Winston was selected by the.
Russell Wilson too.
Yeah,
Kyler
yeah.
Murray got drafted.
Yeah,
first
like
round
I feel like a lot of these football players were pretty like for some reason it's usually the quarterbacks that they're pretty decent at baseball.
Yeah.
Well, what I guess
Stafford.
my opinion on that is those guys grew up playing baseball along with football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I guess what I'm saying is putting just a random football player in a baseball game is not going to work.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my argument. I think baseball is the most competitive like coordination and like practice wise. Like you have to be it's the most fundamental game, I think. Like you don't need literally like a genetically stud athlete playing baseball. I mean, look at guys like I don't know if y'all know like Prince Fielder and like I mean they're
But
just
he's athletic though.
athletic or just coordinated.
I know the guy.
Only moonshots, bro. Holy
Prince
crap.
Fielder is athletic.
Okay, but I don't know.
But you can get away with a lot in basketball. Like you could jack up a shot and it goes in, and it's like you didn't do a whole lot for that to happen. Baseball, if you got a 95-mile-an-hour fastball coming your way, you're not touching that thing.
Yeah.
You know.
I think baseball is definitely one of the hardest sports to go pro in because like when you technically go pro in it,
Minor leagues and all that.
Yeah,
There's so
you-
many
all the
leagues
way
that
up,
you
yeah.
have to do.
like when you get drafted by your MLB team, you're technically not getting drafted by that pro team. You're going into their what you call your
Farm
system, and you have to work your way up. I don't really remember many people coming straight from the MLB draft and going straight to the MLB. They always have to go through this farm system that usually takes a good bit of time to get through.
The big names, if you watch the draft, they definitely go ahead very fast.
I think Paul Skeens is pretty
Paul
quick.
Skeens is
Yeah.
Paul Skeens is
But like you don't
one
see.
of them.
I mean, it's
Hey,
so
that's like
odd
one
to
of
see
one guys,
Skeens.
though.
Yeah.
Like,
But like my argument to that is, I think football you have to be the most physically gifted. Like you got to be a beast for the most part. Like some positions you can kind of be a little lenient, but like when you look at these like defensive ends and these linebackers and even a lot of these receivers nowadays, they're so fast and they're so like physically like just strong. And in basketball, you don't need to be lifting a crap ton of weight. You don't have to be that fat. I mean, look at Jokic. I mean, just a dude that is like fundamentally gifted and is pretty coordinated. I mean, obviously football needs some coordination too, but it's just I feel like football is just like raw, like just like physicality and like speed and like athletic ability.
yeah.
And I think the basketball and baseball is definitely more fundamental and like learning. Definitely your athletic ability is definitely a factor in it, but I think you're more worried on like the fundamentals of the actual game. It's a weird dynamic. I would definitely say baseball's still the hardest, just because
Yeah.
Is that what you think the hardest sport is?
probably just because it's so fundamental based and it takes so much time. Like people take for like a simple grounder or a fly.
I'd argue that being an NFL quarterback is up there too. And
Yeah,
I'd argue that golf is the hardest sport. I'd argue golf is very hard.
I know, but it's just like a simple ground ball in baseball seems so simple, and it's like such a routine play. But that simple ground ball is a lot harder than you expect.
But I could say the same about when watching TV on the NFL. It seems so simple from an NFL quarterback calling a play until you actually hear the play. It's like 7 sentences in one play that these NFL fans don't really know about.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you just look at the professional scene of any sport, every one of these guys are perfect. Like, they're perfect at what they do in their craft, and you can't really translate that to other sports. There is some guys who, like Bo Jackson, who was an all-star in baseball, and he was a Pro Bowler in football. And so, like, you have like one of one guys like that, but I feel like for the most part, you can't translate anything because you have to be perfect at what you do to be the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't
it's
know.
a good debate, though.
It really is, and I always see the hardest sports debates. I mean, I've never played it before, but hockey looks pretty tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you have to know how to skate and fight.
I think the the very physical sports there, like boxing and MMA can be up there too.
Yeah, because you got to know how to fight.
Like
And
Boxing, bro. Oh my god.
like
Crazy fights too?
think about MMA. Like if you can punch really well, but if you don't know how to wrestle or like know how to kick, you might be
Cooked, bro.
Yeah, like
I mean, like look at that one fight, Sean O'Malley and that other dude
Yeah.
who's like a wrestler, and Sean O'Malley's purely like a striker.
Yeah, that was the most
Dude,
boring
he
fight
was-
ever, right?
He was taking him to the ground every time, bro.
Yeah.
And Sean can't do nothing.
Yeah, none.
Well, speaking of the sports and how complicated they all are, did you play any other sports beside football that like kind of intrigued you?
Yeah, so I played basketball and baseball growing up. I just couldn't ever get the hang of baseball. I mean, I don't know what it was. Baseball's kind of a slow sport. I mean,
It can be boring. Yeah.
it's just something I wasn't naturally really gifted at. And so I just didn't keep the interest in it. But basketball, man, I loved basketball. And I played all the way up till high school. And I played freshman year of high school. But with Katy being the way it was, they made you pick a sport which you wanted to play. And so
Because it was so dominant.
yeah, because they wanted you to commit all your time to just the
that specific
team
sport.
and spring ball. Spring ball's huge. I mean, I can't count how many reps we had in spring ball, but I ended up having to quit basketball, and that really hurt because man, I love basketball a lot. I think I was probably naturally a little bit better at football.
One thing that
Go for it.
Were you gonna go? I was gonna change it up.
Yeah, go change it.
One thing that since this episode is to know more about you, right?
Yeah.
I know that you're very faith driven,
Mm-hmm.
and can you talk more about him and how he's helped you become who you are? You know.
Yeah. I grew up in church my whole life and had a relationship with the Lord super early on. And man, has been he's been everything to me through this whole process of just where I am today. And especially being an athlete, it's not easy to live for God in the locker rooms where, stuff's brought up, or on the field when someone's trash talking you, or just upholding that image of what it means to follow God and to be an example for him. And so he's just been kind of right there my whole life. I've been involved in church super often, and just he's just kind of directed my steps every step of the way. I mean, through high school, it was hard. Being a leader, being a quarterback in the football team, people do look to you to lead. And, when you are given a responsibility, when you're given like a role, you have two options on how you're going to use that. You're either going to glorify him in your actions and your words, or you're going to take it for yourself and promote you. And so, too much is given, much is required, and that goes for anyone. It's how you live your life. It's the example you set, and someone's always watching you. You may feel like you are on the lowest spectrum and no one really notices you, but there is always eyes on you, and you always have to pay attention to that. And so, the evidence of God at work, in our lives is how we live, and if we live for him, and if we're, embodying what it means to be a Christ follower. And so, obviously, I've fallen short of that a lot, and I've not been the best at keeping, that standard. But, his mercies are new every day, and you're being sanctified daily into the image of God, and just becoming more like him. It's just a simple walk with him every day. You don't have to meet a certain expectation. It's just talking to him. And if you do that, bro, you're chilling. You're set. So yeah, it's just kind of how my faith's been, and how I've used it in the locker room and in sports, and just him guiding my path to Nelson University and being here right now, which has been awesome. Just a testament to his faithfulness.
I rock with what you said about saying somebody's always watching you. I noticed that I do have a nephew, right? He always watches. For example, you have younger siblings, and they're always watching you. I don't know if you do have any younger siblings, but I know you have.
No, I just have an older brother.
An older brother, but your older brother can still look up to you. And it's cool with. So you mentioned the Texans earlier, and the Texans quarterback is C.J. Stroud, and he also puts light on Christianity, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain more about that? About how your favorite quarterback?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I've been a Texans fan my whole life, obviously, and man, we had some really bad years. I mean, most of my time it's been bad, and so we drafted C.J. Stroud. I knew he was a high draft pick, and so I was excited because I'm like, I saw him in Ohio State. I saw what he was producing. I was like, this guy's solid. I'm excited for him. And so we got him, and he was playing really well, man. Our rookie year, like one of the best rookie seasons ever. And like, obviously, he wasn't like, man, he's my favorite quarterback. Like, I rooted for him because I was like, it's Texas quarterback. It's my guy, so I have to. But then just seeing the stuff he started to put out, just about his faith through on post-game pressers and on his like social media and just what he would do and scriptures he'd bring up and testimonies and stuff like that. I was like, dude, this guy's legit. And so to see a guy like that at such a young age and to be leading an NFL team the way he is and with his faith is just like, man, that guy's sick. And so he's become my favorite player in the league, and I think it's really awesome what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm sure he motivates you, right?
He does. First and foremost, I'm motivated from God, and but it's cool to see other people using their platforms to spread his name. So
that's cool.
That's good. That's the thing I like about you, Elijah, is because you have a pretty strong faith, and not only are you a pretty good quarterback, but I think you're probably a better teammate. You're a pretty good teammate, and a lot of people look up to you to kind of lead the team. Yeah, we've had a bunch of quarterback controversy, but I feel like you've been a pretty good leader throughout that whole entire process. To which I appreciate that greatly. Yeah. You're always telling people where to go, what to do in a positive way. It's not like oh look, there's Elijah. He's gonna tell us what to do in a matter of way. Like Elijah leads in a good way, and everybody kind of sees him as that leader, which is really good.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And y'all, and he was the first person.
Yeah, believe it or not,
here, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Out of all the people that I've had on the podcast, Cade and Austin, who are like one of the first two people that I've met, Elijah Bowman was actually the number one guy that I've talked to.
Before we even got on campus.
But before we got on campus,
we were actually trying to room together.
Yeah, we almost had a room together. I think I might have DM'd you first.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I see you're on the football team. I would love to room with you. I don't have a football player I'm rooming with. I would like to room with you. And
I could bring up those messages.
Yeah. That's probably so embarrassing because I was probably like, please help. But, yeah, and I remember the minute we got on I didn't know much about what was going on. I really wasn't too much in touch with the coaches at the time. I had a somewhat decent connection with Coach Ellis at the who was the head coach at the time.
Man, we had all this.
Yeah, bro, that was crazy.
Back and forth. That was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, and we were trying to kind of figure it out together how the first check-in day was going to go for fall camp, and we both were kind of lost. We didn't know really what was going to happen, and I mean, he kind of helped me, and I helped him trying to figure out where the heck we were going.
Bro,
we
was scared out of our mind.
Yeah,
going to college, what are we doing?
Yeah, and I mean, we're meeting the coaches. It's just a big ordeal, and we didn't know what the heck we were doing.
And Austin was like the next person.
Yeah,
his dad.
Yeah, we go to the check-in. It was bad for me because I didn't even have my parents with me at the time. My parents had to stay back and help move in a little more stuff while I was hurry and get check-in before the time.
Yeah.
So I was just by myself with Elijah's family, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna tag along with y'all.
Yeah.
And hopefully y'all can help me out.
Yeah, my mom was like, y'all need a room.
Yeah.
If the first guy I met was Hayden Puchai, I'd have transferred.
Hey,
dude, he didn't have the beard.
No, yeah. No. I didn't. I had a full beard at the time.
Did you?
I had like the biggest beard.
That
yeah.
is right, because I saw pictures of you on your Instagram. Like, yeah, he's clean shaven.
Yeah.
I saw him, and his beard was thicker than that.
Yeah. My mentality going into the football team, I was like, man, I have a baby face, and I'm like, and there's gonna be like grown men on this team, and I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grow my beard out, and I'm gonna show up on campus looking like a man,
dude.
Little did I,
you can grow facial hair, man.
But like I looked, but it wasn't a good beard. It was like he looks like he came from the trash can beard.
No, it was more like a lumberjack beard.
Yeah, I don't know. Or I looked kind of Amish. I'm not gonna lie. And I'll show a picture. Actually, I don't know if I want to show a picture of that.
I'm gonna show the picture. I got it. Don't worry about that.
He wore a suit the first day. He had like a
You wore a suit?
No,
a top hat, man.
Yeah, I had like a cane and stuff.
Dude, I don't know what he was wearing, bro. He had like.
Yeah, I was trying to be professional, but like no, I wanted to look grown, and then I showed up and it was bad ordeal. Had the ID picture. I was sweaty, and I don't know. It was bad deal.
I'm glad we renewed those.
Yeah, but
I still have mine. I still have the same one.
Oh, I do too. Yeah, you're right.
I talked to two people before I got on campus. I talked to Elijah and I talked to Colby Tanner. Believe it or not. Yeah, because I knew Colby was from Whitney. That's from around my area. So I was messaging him. I was asking him basically how it was. Because, I mean, I've heard the stories of how, like, you know, campus really is. I mean, like, the Nelson campus is a lot different than what you see in other colleges. So I was just kind of talking to him, and I was just trying to see, like, kind of how just trying to get an idea how everything works around there. And he was a receiver as well. He just graduated. So, I don't know. I was just trying to figure things out. So, well, yeah, once I got there, kind of had to, you know, figure out, me and Elijah kind of had to work together. I remember we had the most random group chat at the beginning. We had like 5 people that we like. You remember that?
That's right. It was like us. I think Austin was in there. Kay was in there.
I don't even. It was like I remember like.
It was like
EJ was in there.
EJ was in there.
Joseph was in there.
Joseph.
I don't know. It was a crazy group. Like
a couple guys who got kicked out.
Yeah.
Bro, he brought up Kobe Tanner, and one of my favorite plays with you. It was your freshman season. It was against Louisiana who?
Louisiana Christian.
Yeah, and you subbed in that game, and it was a game. It was I'm sure it was a boot pass to the left. You rolled out to the left, and you threw it on that same side.
But I remember you like actually did pretty good that game. I remember. I remember
that was a very good throw that you did on that same.
You had a good stat line, I think.
Yeah, I had
it was
two
decent.
picks. I had two tutties, but I had 2 picks too.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad.
At the time, we were a very struggling offense. We were just coming to a new offensive coordinator. We're trying to learn the system. It was a big problem. I mean, there was a part of the season I was third string running back. That's how. If I'm third string running back, we have issues, guys. As a freshman,
not true.
Guys, I was a freshman who was like, I don't know, it was a bad ordeal. But yeah, I remember Elijah went off that game.
Well at Katy we did a lot of like boot passes, so throwing on the run was kind of second nature to me at the time, or it still kind of is. It's really comfortable, which naturally usually isn't, but thankfully I had 1,000 reps throwing on the run.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up the podcast now. We really appreciate you coming onto this podcast.
Sure, thank you.
We love having our teammates come on here, especially someone just like you. You're a great leader for this team, and someone that has a pretty cool like background on what kind of led you here, and especially being somebody that you were one of the first people that I've met, and that we still both have stuck it out for this past 2 years.
That's right.
You see a lot of people transfer so quickly, and to see someone stay for just 2 years is actually kind of it's not common to see it anymore in the college world.
Well, guys, that is it. We'll be bringing Elijah back on here again on the next couple of episodes, so be on the watch for that. I am your host, Alex Torres, along with my partner,
Hayden Wachowski,
and with our amazing guest,
Elijah Bowman.
And we'll see you on the next episode of Tailgate Talk.
Peace.
Peace.